Welcome to the journey, stated purpose, outgrow the system. We started out like everyone else, picked up a pot of tomatoes and cucumbers at Home Depot. The next season added a garden box, the next season another one. We eventually got to where we had 5 garden boxes and a couple of pots. In 2019, we watched a documentary called Growing Back to Eden. It featured Paul Gauchi and his approach to gardening. This guy was just in Squim, not that far away. I am not the type that takes much on faith. I'm a monkey see, monkey do guy. We went out to go visit his garden, and it was an amazing experience. It was obvious as we toured the grounds, God resided here. He was a wonderful Christian man, quoting Bible verses as we went. I witnessed his dog eat a carrot straight out of one of the beds. I told him that I was a hobby gardener and that I came from Hawaii, and he got a wry smile on his face, and he said to me, "Your people tend to the garden as if they were never kicked out of Eden." Paul Gauchi, you don't know it, sir, but you changed my life that day. I was using a simple compost tea at the time, just taking a little bit of compost, throwing it in the bucket, adding water, letting it sit for 2 days, and then putting it at the base of my plants. Now that I had a lot of space and some legitimate garden beds, I started bringing out some gems and some shells. I found myself talking to the plants. I giggled as I reminded myself of my grandmother. I began to observe things get greener and bigger. Of course they're growing, but they seem to respond as if they remember my name. Brain surgery couldn't stop me from starting the next experiment. I took a closer look at my aboriginal practice. I began to cross-reference it with modern Western study, mycelial network, microbiome, electromagnetic resonance. Pulekako, making miracles grow compost tea, was created in a conversation of smoke with my friend Matthew Smith. Pulling conjecture from carbon, I tested this new mix against compost tea and pee. The results, ooh-wee. Dr. Masaru Emoto, he proved that mustering mana is not magical, it's science. This is when I discovered Willem Reich's research and I added orgonite to the garden. The garden sits in the backyard, which is on the south side of the house. On the south side of the garden, I've planted perennials, using the power of the sun to bring back life continually each year. My annuals are planted north. I broke up the garden into a grid, the grid of Lono, Akualoa, the cross. In communion with my ancestors, we recognize what must be done for the descendants to come. Respecting the 4 winds, we speak with the 4 directions and live pono under the 4 seasons. Lono makahiki, harvest time. Croptober, dude. We get it all down, and this is your signal to start again. The life cycle of every carbon-based organism on this plane is the same. Starts with nothing. Fire moves to cardinal before becoming fixed, mutable, and then nothing again. I saw a couple of videos on electroculture by Cultivate Elevate. I'm not the kind of guy that takes much on faith. I'm a monkey see, monkey do guy. I ran experiments with copper on potatoes. I also did it on tobacco. When I added copper to my aboriginal practice, I rehabbed my grafted pear tree with no fungicides. Those in authority would tell you what the world is, but this existence is not what they say. Find out for yourself. There is 5 wooden totems in the grow space in the shape of a cross, one for each of the creative elements: fire, water, air, earth, and me, the random chaos, the spirit that works this garden. I wrapped 3 different totems in copper and added a spiral to the top, the koru. This was Kane, Lono, and myself. I began running other experiments on the side, utilizing the crystal flow antenna and the Lakovsky coil. After finding Victor Schauberger's copper tools and the work of Slim Sperling, I came to the understanding that a lot of this garden practice was common prior to World War II. What happened after World War II was chemical fertilizers being introduced into big ag. I'm a Kanaka, raised with the understanding that we are in this world but not of it. I am a forever thing, sent here by creation to have a heavy physical existence that's just a snapshot in time. The same trees that were here upon my birth will be the trees that are here when I leave this existence. We are just a fleeting spark within the flame of forever. From the 1850s to the late 1930s, cannabis was used in this country as it should be, as a medicine. Then a law was passed called the Marijuana Act, making it illegal. This is the kind of law that does not apply to the Hawaiian. We will not comply. We are not sent here to negotiate with creation, certainly not to alter it. The truth is not subjective. It will piss you off before it sets you free. Your work is to bend your will to it. I love you so much. Near the end of the season, I added some worm bins and lost a lab partner. Happy Cat became another angel that walks the grounds of the garden and whispers inspiration when I can't find it. We only take memory to the next existence. We must pass it on. When an elder moves on, changes address into the next life, we lose a library of information. None of us know when our season ends, but I intend to be here for as many seasons as possible for my nephews and nieces. Only in a world of GMO and Frankenstein aggro does going back to the ancestors look and sound crazy. But that's exactly how we got this garden to work. A new season is upon us. I come at it with a new garden guardian and the same old soul. For those who question why I grow my own medicine instead of relying on a corporation to sell me the same thing as a synthetic, I got a license for it. Big Pharma can't treat you synthetically if you heal yourself naturally. This season, we recalibrate the grid. We continue our journey towards abundance and freedom. May we all learn to outgrow the system. When this happens, it will starve, and Babylon will plague us no more.